Right, thanks very much for joining me this afternoon. It's the third webinar in our little series of just getting started with company registers and learning about it. And today we're going to be dealing with a few of the more advanced things. We've already been through how to create those registers and upkeep them. And today we're going to be looking at the annual returns process, tasks, master minutes, and some of the premium add-on features that we've created so far. Just on our website, this is obviously where you go to log in, or if you're brand new to the system, to get started, click on the Get Started button. But if you run down a little bit further, you'll see some of the reasons why company registers are so useful. Okay, one being it's always online. It's very easy to get access to it. You can get access even from your phone, although I don't recommend it, but you can get access from it. Certainly a tablet is a workable device to work on, your laptop or your desktop. It's always there, it's always available. So even when the office is closed, you can still get into the company registers. Obviously things are secure. Okay, now security is a very big issue these days. There's security around the data center where the data is held. There's security in the transmission of data between your computer and the web application. And we are fully secure. You'll notice in the top left-hand corner, we have a little button here that says secure. Okay, that means that all the data that is transferred between your browser and our web application is encrypted. It's encrypted before it leaves your browser. So even if someone could get hold of that data as it travels, they can't read it. It makes no sense because it's been encrypted already. Okay, one of the other things we do is we make backups. So we make several backups a day, or in the middle of the night actually, and we store them in several different places, different physical locations, so that we're keeping that data safe. Obviously that makes the data fireproof. If you had those old registers sitting in your strong room, well, you need a fireproof strong room because those documents are very valuable. They're very important, especially now. You know, in the past, we used to submit share transfers, allotments, and things like that to CIPC, and we would be able to get that information back if the registers were ever destroyed. But we no longer submit that information. That information is only held in your own records and in the registers. So what better way than to make those registers fireproof, bulletproof, and data safe by having them on a cloud application like this. Okay, so that data really is safe. Also, the reports that come out of the system, they're good-looking reports. Okay, we keep it simple. The text is all the same size. It looks good. Okay, it's something that you can be proud of to share that with your client, to email it to your client. Okay, with the old books, you couldn't do that. It's handwritten over a number of years, different people's handwriting. Sometimes you can read that handwriting, sometimes you can't. You have to make a photocopy of it and give it to your client. I've seen them looking like a dog's breakfast, and that's being kind. So how much better that you can just, at the click of a button, print out that register. It comes out as a PDF. You can email it to your client, or you can print it out. You can print it on a color printer. Wow, then it looks even more awesome. And today I'm going to show you a little bit later how you can make these registers in your own color schemes as well, if you want to do that. Same with the share certificates. You can print out these share certificates onto cardboard, and they are very, very respectable. What do you use company registers for? Well, essentially it's for companies, all right? That is the legal requirement that companies have company registers. But we found that close corporations benefit from having these registers as well. And while it's not a requirement of any statute, okay, for the CCs, you just keep the forms that you have submitted to CIPC. Those are the actual records. we found that a lot of people choose to put their CCs onto the company registers. And then it's the same with trusts. There is no legal requirement that they be on here, but people do because it's really handy. It's really useful for them, particularly when you start uploading copies of the minutes and resolutions and all the documentation that goes around it, copies of RDs. It becomes a really great repository for these types of documents. Okay, it's simple, it's secure, and it's affordable. Okay, $100 a year. Okay, for you can also qualify for discounts if you buy in bulk. You can get it down to 60 Rand, or if you've been a customer of ours over the past 4 years, you actually qualify for a discount, so you get it a bit cheaper. In that time, of course, we've added hugely to the information that the system records and the forms that are created and just the overall usefulness of it. Our clients love us. Okay, this is what Andre Pinar had to say about us. Okay, he said Company Registers is a brilliant program. He said it's affordable, keeps all your documents in one place, can upload them, make changes. It's all taken care of on the system. Detailed list of annual returns with due dates. We're going to deal with that just now. He says, I've been using it for years. And he was one of the early adopters, and Andre has hundreds of clients on this system. We have one client who has 899 clients on the company registers. All right, other user, Elsie, she said it's much more cost effective and simpler to use than our old system. I won't mention what system that was. Okay, I mentioned the pricing. If you do have a lot of companies, well, you're not going to be paying 100 Rand or 60 Rand per company when you've got 200, 300, 400 of these. Okay, we have this unlimited option, and that really kicks in at around about 100, 120 companies or thereabouts. It's better to go into unlimited. And when you're on unlimited, you also get a few premium features like this branding that we're going to be showing you a little bit later. All right. Any questions? No questions in my question box at this stage. Okay, let's just go to login and let's take a look at the annual returns. Right, so this is obviously the login screen. You log in with your email address and your password. Okay, if you forget your password or lose it, we can't tell you what it is. Okay, in fact, as a technical point, the password is not stored on the system. So even if our system were to be compromised, they're not going to get hold of your password. If you do lose your password, you click on reset password here, and you will be sent an email with a reset code. Okay, so the way that we verify it's you is we send you an email. So if you've got access to that email address, we assume that it is you, and you can then click on the link. You'll come back to the program and you can set a new password for yourself. Right, so we can just log in here. Okay, I see someone's got their hand up. I'm just going to put your hand down, and if you do want to talk, put your hand up again and I'll open up your mic. Okay. Right, so when we open up the system, we start off with our list of companies. All right, you could go to your list of CCs, or you could go to your list of trusts. Okay, but we'll look at the list of companies. This is just a demo one. Okay, William asks, how many users can use the software? It's unlimited. In your office, you sign up as a firm, and then you can give access to other users. So if I look here, I've signed in. If I go to my users, here I've given access to Carol and to Michael. I can add more users, and it's essentially unlimited. So your entire office can get used to the software, all for that one price. All right. Okay, so we want to look at the annual returns. How does annual returns work? Well, annual returns works based on the incorporation date of the company. So when you form your company and you record it on here, you'll see there's an incorporation date. Here we go, 1st of the 6th, 13th of the 4th. Now that's what drives the due dates. If we go to My Tasks and we go to Annual Returns, here we're going to get a list of all those companies and CCs with incorporation anniversaries in the month of, and whatever is selected here. Okay, so this says June 2018. If I click on this little button, it's going to go to July 2018. Okay, so there'll be all the companies with incorporation anniversaries in July. Okay, there aren't any. Let's go back again. Okay, let's go back to the month of June. Sorry, just waiting for that. There we go. Okay, so this would be a list of all the entities. Now, in addition to being able to look at these lists and go backwards and forwards through the lists, you also get an email. So there's a weekly reminder. Okay, it doesn't come every day, it's just once a week, telling you all the companies with incorporation dates during the next month. Okay, so it's a heads up for you. When you get that first email near the beginning of the month, it's going to tell you all those that have got incorporation dates the next month. So you can start planning to do those annual returns. And you can then come in here and you can select the dates and you can see that it will be the same list. Okay, we are working on improving this system in that we want to be able to send a standard email to your client from the system, informing them that their annual return is going to be due and what documentation they need to give us. Now, obviously, you're going to word that email yourself, and there'll be a way in the system for you to change that. That should be done in the next couple of weeks. But that is something that we are working on. But right now, we've just got a list of those with annual returns due. And as we complete those returns, we just click on here, add the annual return. So we'll click on it. It'll have all the dates. When you're actually doing the annual return and you need the contact details of the person, you can just click on the button here, contact details. And it will come up with the details that you've captured for this client with their contact details. So that's just a useful option to have there. Okay, you'll fill in the date that it was submitted. You'll fill in the turnover, any documents that were attached or not applicable, the fee that was paid. I'm not sure what the fees are. And then you will save it. Okay, when you've submitted it, okay, so I've done that now, and it comes in here, and I can see what's going on. Hold on. I have this on a monitor that is a smaller screen to my normal monitor. So it doesn't quite fit on the screen. So there's a bar down here at the bottom which you can just drag across so that you can see the rest of the detail. Okay, so on this company, it's going to now list the annual returns that have been submitted. And when I get that confirmation back from CIPC, I just click on the little pencil. I come in here and I go to the upload the confirmation, add the file, go find that confirmation, and upload it onto the system. Okay, I can keep notes on it as well. Okay, so if I want to make some notes about something, here, save it, all those details come out on here. This little button here highlighting just shows me that there are notes, and then I can go in and have a look at those notes. All right, so that weekly reminder will keep coming, okay, until they've all been captured on the system here. For those of you in Namibia, we also cover this for the Namibian companies as well. They have slightly different rules for how things, for the dates, the due dates there. Okay, you'll see here, there was the due date. All right. If I just go back another month or two here, there we go. We had this one. Okay, see the status had an alarm clock. That's because it's overdue now. And when you've entered it, as in this one over here, it gets a tick status. Alrighty. So that's how annual returns works on the system. When you're in an actual company, so if I go to my companies and I go to this company, then I can also look at the annual returns related just to this company. Okay, because I've got just this one open. If I click on the annual returns menu item there, I will just see the annual returns for this company. Okay, so it's the same data, but it's just in different ways. And you can also print a list of the annual returns here. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, there we go. Those were the notes that I made. Okay, it's not encrypted. It's just some note. I just typed it in. All right, any questions on annual returns? Okay, no more questions. If any of you have got suggestions on how we can improve the annual returns, because we are working on it at the moment, let's get your feedback into our development so that we can make it look and work the way that that you might like it to work. All right. Okay, the other thing we're going to look at was tasks. Now, tasks are things that we do within the company registers. We've looked at it last week a little bit, and that we looked at one of these companies. There we go. Those were the list of tasks that we were dealing with in this company. I'm going to just clear it up for now. Let me just clean it up and get rid of some of these that we've got here. Okay, let's get rid of them all. Okay, so now we've got no tasks. Tasks happen when we, for example, have a change of directors. So if we go to the directors over here and we've got the appointments of directors, when we do this appointment, we capture an appointment. Okay, so in this case, we're capturing Carol becoming a director. Okay, we've got her details in, we've got the dates, we've said that's an appointment. We have a little button, or several little buttons on the side here. This one, if you hover over them, it tells you what they are. So this was to print a consent form. This one is to print a COR 39, and this one is to create tasks. Okay, so this is to create tasks associated with that appointment. Right, if I click on it, we will see. The system tells us, right, for an appointment of director, we need to obtain a written consent form, obtain a signed COR 39, certified copies, a resolution, and then process it electronically. So those are the tasks that need to be performed for this this appointment. And we can work through them. We just start at the top and work our way through. So obtain the written consent. That button's highlighted, click on it, and we're going to get the consent form generated for us. We can print that out. and get it signed. Come back to the task, we say, right, what's the status? Okay, we need signature. Signature is required. Okay, we fill in the date when it's completed. Obtain a signed CR39. Well, let's click on that. It's going to print the CR39. Some of you might say, oh, but it's only done for the one director. What about all the other directors? Well, we actually don't need it for the others because this form no longer gets submitted to CIPC. But it's a really good form for us to print out, get it signed, and keep it on file because the data in it is going to be electronically submitted to CIPC. All right. So that document's being done. We're waiting for signature. Okay, certified copies of the IDs of the directors. Okay, I did show you last time, if I can upload documents into the system. Okay, so we'll just close this. And for this director, I did upload a document. In fact, you can see it's that magnifying glass is, it's not grayed out like this one. This one's grayed out because there isn't an uploaded document. This one there is. And if I click on it, there I'll get that uploaded document. Okay, so I can get hold of the next item on the tasks. Okay, I need to get back to those tasks, okay, because I closed that little window. So I click back on tasks, and here we are. So now I've got this document. Okay, and I can fill in fact, if I type today, the system's clever enough to it's usually clever enough to put in today's date. Okay, then you need a director's resolution. Okay, it's not grayed out. There's a form for that. There's the resolution. Edit the resolution. Let's print it out. And then we get it signed. Okay, come back to our tasks. So we're waiting for signature on that one again. Okay, and obviously we can only process it electronically when we've got all the other things. So this is how tasks work. And for numerous things in the system, the tasks are generated. If we go to offices, and when we have a change of auditors, there we've got a tasks button. Okay, we haven't got them yet for public officers, company secretaries, but where we've got a task button, then tasks are created for doing these things. So look at change of auditors, create the tasks, there they are. Those are all the things that you need. It's all built in. Okay, we're just going to add these other ones as time goes on. When we do location of records, there we've got tasks button as well. Okay, similar thing. Let's click on it. We'll create those tasks. Okay, if I come to the tasks here, it's going to now show all of those. Okay, so I've got three main things that are being done, and then we've got the tasks underneath those things. Okay. Okay, I've got a couple of questions here. Let's see, maybe some of these go back a little while. Okay, I think this is related to annual return. If you haven't submitted the return yet, and you don't tick the submitted button or add date of submission, will it show on the screen? Let's go back and have a quick look. So let's go to the annual returns for this company. So this is the annual return. So you say if we don't put in the date submitted, okay, and we click on OK. There we go. It's got a red next to it. If we go and have a look on the main list, again, it's also got the red next to it. So that's highlighting for you. This has, you've got the figures and you've got the detail, but it's not yet submitted. So it's red right in your face. A question from Anna says, does this appear on the CIPC website now? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. There is no e-filing to CIPC. There's no electronic filing into CIPC. Okay. The only way to get these things submitted is for you to log into e-services on CIPC and go and type the stuff in. Okay. There is no other way to get it in there. No other system has been designed to do that because CIPC haven't designed a way to capture that information or bring information in from any other third parties as yet. Okay, if they ever do that, we'll be right onto it and we'll be getting this data into there as well. But right now you can't do that. Nobody can. Leon's got a question. Does the CRR 30.2 form in the AR compiled in your system as some are not required to submit? Now, this is just if you did the CRR 30.2, then you mark it on there. We don't actually produce that because we don't have that data in there. It's something we'll look at in the whole system around annual returns. If there's a need for that, yeah, I would like to hear from people if there's a need from that. We haven't had anyone ask about that at this stage, and there are hundreds of users of this system. So, yeah. Anna says, can you please repeat annual return again? No, I'm not going to do that, Anna, because I'm sure not that everyone doesn't want to watch it, but this recording will be available. So you'll be able to watch that part again in your own time. Okay. Okay, there's another question. On the resolution for resignation of a director, can you resign a director and appoint another director on one resolution, or will you have to do two separate resolutions? Yeah, you can do it in one, and you can do that on the system. Okay, let's just go to directors here. Okay, where we created a task for this appointment. Okay, let's assume that someone was going to resign at the same time, right? So we look at our tasks, and we've got the appointment of director here, and here's the resolution. So the system is being of assistance to you in giving you a standard resolution to use. But you can change the wording on this. Okay, so these are the two that were present. And you could say following changes were made to the board were approved, appointment there, and you can put here resignation of Carl Robinson. Okay, so that's dealt with in one. I print it out. Okay, that gets printed now for signature. If I go back to my tasks and I go to try and do that resolution again, remember, it's just an assistance. It's actually going to go back to what it produced the first time without the other part in it. Okay, it didn't save that document. We've already printed the document. It's just a tool to assist in getting the job done. So it's completely flexible. You can change it and use it as you see fit. All right, when the resolution comes back signed, what you do there is you go into your minutes and resolutions, and you go and you upload the signed one. So you go here to add new minutes, documents. Okay, it's today, it's a resolution. It will be resolution number 3, and it's change of directors. Okay, and then I upload the file. So upload the signed one, or a scan of the signed one. Okay, up into the system, save it, and it's there. Okay, so with the tasks are just, it's an assistance in producing what you need to produce. It's not magic. It just helps you to get the job done. Okay, so that's the tasks. All the way through, different things. Click on the tasks. It will tell you all the things that need to be done to have something completed. Right, master minutes. Okay, also under the My Tasks here, we've got minutes and resolutions. This will be a list of all the minutes and resolutions that are predefined in the system, plus any custom ones that you add yourself. So we were dealing with the director's appointment just now. Okay, and we used that resolution and we edited it. Now, if we come in here, director's appointment, click on the pencil, that's what the system, that's the master of that resolution. You might want to change the wording of the master. And this is where you would change it. Notice it says here, amend as required. Okay, so if you, on all your resolutions for a change of directors, want a different type of wording, then you can change this. And then that will be apply when you create a new resolution before you tailor it. Okay, so it really is as simple as that. Obviously in here, we see a thing like this company name in square brackets. Okay, these are called merge fields. And there's several merge fields available. If you want to see them, you click on this little question mark here, and you'll get a list of the current merge fields that are in the system. And those will be applicable under different scenarios. Okay, but we've got like that company name, registration number, postal address, physical address, and you can then insert these merge fields into the documents. Now, generally speaking, the minutes that we've put into the system have got all the detail in that you're going to need anyway. Okay, so you're not going to really need to change these, but you might want to create some custom ones. So if I go to the minutes and resolutions here, and we want to do something custom. So I can't think of an example, but maybe you want to create a notice of a meeting. Okay, so that will be a custom thing. What you do is you click on here, add new minutes, and you will come up with a blank slate. All right, now you might say, oh, actually, I don't want a blank slate. I still want it to look the same as the other minutes. Okay, well, let's go back. Let's go and pull up one of the ones that we've got already that we're using. And say, okay, I want it headed up just the same as that. Up to that point there, it was resolved. Okay, so I can go in and block that whole thing right up to the top. Okay, click on the little copy button. Okay, that's now copied to your clipboard. Okay, it sits there in the clipboard until you use it. We'll go back to our minutes. Let's go create a new one. Okay, it's blank. Let's click in there, and then we click on the little paste button. It says my browser does not support direct access to the clipboard. Okay, that's a security issue. There's a good reason for it. Okay, it's a nuisance, but yeah, there is a good reason for it. So we click OK. Instead of using the paste button, use your keyboard and you press Control V, and that text will come in. Okay, now it's not lined up exactly the same. That doesn't matter, you can fix it. Okay, so you just block this part here. We want that centered. So we click on this little align center. Okay, we want the resolution number We want that aligned to the right. So we click on that, right? And then we've got it was resolved. Or if this is for notice of meeting, you can say notice of meeting. Okay, before we can save this, we need to just give it a name up here. Okay, it's a custom document, but we need to just call it something. So let's call it just notice of meeting. All right. And we might want some other merge fields in here. Let's see if there's anything that would be applicable. At least I can just show you how to insert a merge field into the document anyway. Let's say we wanted to look at well, let's use this term today. All right, let's tick on that. Okay, today appears here. Now I would go here and I'll do a copy. Okay, so I can highlight it, right click, copy, come into the document and Control V. Today, or I could type it in exactly like it is up there. And what will happen is now when I use that document, the system will merge today into that field. Let's also just put in some director signatures. I think we could do that. Okay, we go director signatures. Okay, and let's put that down at the bottom here. So we'll go read and signed as a record. And I do Control V and, oh, sorry, I didn't. Okay, remember it stays in the clipboard. Okay, just delete it. I need to go up here, highlight it, copy, or Control C. Down here, Control V. Okay, I'm going to save that. And you see it now comes into the list. Okay, so it came into the list as custom notice of meeting. Okay, and then you ask, well, how do I use this now? Okay, the way that you use it is in a company. Okay, so let's go into one company, my company. Let's go into this demo company. And to use it, we go to tasks. Okay, remember this is a custom minute. It's not one associated with an appointment of directors or a change of auditors or anything. It's a custom one. So we just come straight to the tasks and we go and click on insert. And it will insert a task. We click on here and it's going to come and grab, we want notice of meeting. So we tick on there and save it. So it now created a task for us called notice of meeting. And if I click on this little button, it will take me to the document that we created just now. It's merged it. Okay, so it gave it a resolution number. It put in the company number. But this date of change here was not relevant because it's not linked to any record. Okay, so that was maybe something we should have changed. Maybe that should have rather said today there. Or even at this point, we can just delete that and we can type in the date. Okay. Okay, our merge field that was today got merged here. Okay, just to show you. And our merge field, which said director signatures, got merged here as well with all the active directors. Okay, if they can't both sign it, or only one needs to, you can just delete it, highlight it, and delete it. Okay, it's just like a little word processor, but just helping you to get the job done, helping you to create a document that you need in the system. Okay, so that's got many uses throughout the system. Okay, any questions on that? No, good. Alrighty, then that covers the master minutes. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you was some premium options. Well, okay, one thing before that, and that is sharing access to a particular company register with your clients or with somebody else. You can do that. And the way you do it is you go into your company that you want to share. Okay, so demo company, click on the pencil there. And down at so on the first screen that comes up with all the details of the company, you can go down to the bottom and there's an option here, share access. Okay, you click on that and it says you can share access to this entity by adding the login email address of the user to this list. So let's do that. Click login email. And this can be anyone, any client email address. Okay, so I'm just going to share it with Carl at our teammates because I'm going to show you what happens. In fact, I need to get my emails running again because there's going to be an email come through. Now, because in this firm I have I'm on the unlimited option, I get this option here, the access profile. I can either go full access or I can go view only access. If you're not on unlimited, you can only give view only access to your clients. Okay, if you're not on unlimited, you won't see that option. You'll only see view only access. And there's an option here to notify them by email. Now, obviously, the first time you're giving access to somebody, you need to notify them by email. But if you regularly give access to that same person, you can skip sending in the emails. All right, so you might, I've seen a couple of our clients, they give access to attorneys, a firm of attorneys, who's obviously doing some work for this client. They've just shared access to the register with them. Okay, when I click on save, it's going to tell me email has been sent successfully. And I'll click on OK. Okay, so this email goes to your client. And it goes to you. Okay, and it just says demo firm just shared company registers access to demo company with you. And the way that you get access to it your first time is you just follow these instructions. Okay, so you're going to go and log in, you go visit company registers and log in using that email address. Now, the first time that they do it, they don't have a password. So they have to just go through that reset password procedure, get themselves set up with a password, and then they'll have access to that. Okay, I'm going to try and log in now and see if I've got access to that. I'm going to go log in. So I'm going to log in as Carl. All right, the way that I have a look at companies that have had shared access to me as I go to my entities and I go my shared access, it all looks like the same company. Right, and now the way that I get to look at it is I go and click on the little magnifying glass and it tells me the company name. I'm going to get view only access and I click on view company and now I can view that company, everything about it. Go to the directors. There they all were. Okay, I don't get access to the tasks because I'm view only. Right, I just can look at things. I can print out registers. I can look at them on the screen. I can go to all the minutes and resolutions and I can look at them. I can print them out and I can add new minutes and documents to the system. And if I do that, okay, so let's say you give your client access to this and say to them, listen, please will you scan and upload all the minutes, all the historical minutes. Okay, then they can come in here and they can do that. They can go in, they can do the date of when it was, resolution, they can go and upload it. Let's upload that document. it's automatically ticked as a new upload. When they save it, it has this little upload symbol next to it. When I look at it as the firm that gave them access, I will see this now with this little upload thing to tell me basically that the client has uploaded these documents. I can then have a look at them and say, okay, I'm happy with that, and then I can tick it back to no, and the little cloud disappears. So it's just a way of me knowing the client uploaded various documents. Okay. Sorry, I just need a drink of water. All right, now the last thing was to look at the branding. Okay. At this stage, okay, so let me just get out of here. Let me log out and log back in as the main user. Yeah, just log in here as Carol. Right now, as I mentioned to you, Carol is on unlimited. So if I go to my details here, I can look down and see, okay, she's on unlimited until the end of the month. Because she's on unlimited, she's got access to premium add-on options. I can have a look at those. At this stage, it's just a couple of things. The one thing is the footer text on all the printed documents is companyregisters.coza. It's kind of, I mean, we're promoting ourselves out there by having that text on there. But if you're on premium, you can now put your own text on there. Okay, so you could put your company website. Okay. If I save that and I go to, let's go in here and look at one of these registers to print. Let's just go to the directors one and we'll print that register. We should see now at the bottom of that page, okay, my company website.co.za. Okay, so you brand it with your own details there. But there's more. Let's go back to those details and down to there. And we can look at the color. Okay, so the text color, it's normally black. All those zeros is black. And the primary color of the headers in the company registers is blue, and it's that color. Okay, if I want to change them, I can go in here and I can change them to whatever color I like. So I might, I'm just going to go really radical here. Let's see how we use this thing. And save that. Go to one of these companies. Let's go to the directors again. And let's print that register. And this time we get it in purple. Okay. But you can choose a color that matches obviously your own branding. And if you choose a really dark color, then you're going to want to change that text in there probably to white. And you can do that as well. Okay, so you can choose those two colors. You can change those two colors. Go back there. And the other thing you can do is you can change the title page. Okay, now this is the title page of the main register. So you've probably all seen it. Let's just okay, I've got one that I sent to somebody this morning. Let me just grab that quickly. And okay, so there was an example. So this is the register, and it's this image that forms the background. Okay, so the blue part and the register written sideways. That's the normal standard image. Now you can change that image, and you can do it. Here's an example here. If you're part of tax shop franchise, automatically this happens for you. But here's an example, okay, that you could change to that image. We'll just upload that, save it. Go into this one and go to print all registers to give you an example of what happens now. Okay. So we took a different image, even with a logo on it there. Now, so you can use any image that you want, and if you want help creating that or putting it into the system, you just get hold of us and we'll help you do that. But then you can brand this for yourselves. Okay, tax shop, it's taken care of automatically, but anybody else, you can do that yourself. If you don't like what you've done, you want to go back to the defaults, you just click on reset defaults and everything goes back to what it was. Okay, so that's just a way to even make the reports that you're giving to your clients look even better. Okay, now compare that to your old red books, handwritten and then photocopied. I mean, you just can't compare the two, right? Makes you look so much better. I say these are registers that you can be proud of. Right, let's just go to the questions. Okay, it's about sharing. See, Ina says she also had some trouble with that same thing that I saw there, so I'll have a look into that and see what happens. And yes, you can just remove sharing or remove access for your clients. So if they've got shared access here, which it's supposed to have, you can just delete it and then that person will no longer have access. All right, so you control how long your client has access for. Okay, another question here. Okay, I'd like to find out if it's at all possible to import a client list to get started instead of adding each client individually. It certainly is. It's not something that you can do yourself, but if you just contact us, we will gladly help you do that. We've already done imports from other systems, like we have an import that takes all the data from the ACFIN system into our system, and we've managed with the Secware, we extract some of the data and we import that in as well. But if you've just got an Excel spreadsheet with data in it, we can get that stuff into the system as well. So yeah, just contact us on that one. Yeah, again, that's William's also asking the same question. Yeah, from any other software system, if we can get that data into Excel, then we can easily get it imported into here. Okay, or as I said, if it's from ACFIN, we can do a straight import as well. Okay, we're exactly at an hour, so it's just questions time. As soon as there's no more questions, we'll just wrap it up. Just want to say thank you to everyone for attending. Great turnout. We're not going to have a webinar next week, but maybe in 2 or 3 weeks' time, when we've finished off some of the improvements that we're doing, we'll have a webinar just to show you those things that we've done and how we're going to make life easier for you, make things more efficient, and maybe a few new features as well to show you there. So that'll be great. Yep, thanks for attending. Thanks everyone. All those of you sending thank yous through. It's awesome. It's always nice to get feedback. And yeah, we'll see you again sometime soon.